situation, which is clearly becoming one of the major storylines in the NFL. Jeff Darlington, let's start with you. Where do we stand on all of this as far as Lamar Jackson and his immediate future in Baltimore?
Greeny, this is the most unorthodox contract negotiation for a high-profile player that I have ever witnessed in 20 years covering the NFL. Let us not forget that Steve Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens, came out earlier this offseason and said on the record, it is not the job of Eric DeCosta, the general manager, to continue to call Lamar Jackson to get him to the negotiating table. Lamar also has to basically prove that he wants to do so as well. Think about that. This is a quarterback who is ready to get paid, a team that is willing to pay him, that has not really entered into the deep negotiations just yet. And by the way, like, if he goes into his fifth-year option and plays it out, that's not such a bad thing for the Ravens. So I'm not saying that this is bad in any regard. Lamar beats to his own drum. He is represented not by a conventional agent, but by a team of people that includes his mother. So we're not hearing all of the typical leaks that we would. It could get done at any day. But generally speaking, this is still very unorthodox for an organization and a franchise quarterback.
Absolutely. And the particulars of the circumstance, and I think you just did a great job of laying them out. It is uncommon enough for a franchise quarterback to be in a standoff of this kind, if indeed that's the right way to characterize this. But the specifics of it and the way you just laid out are also unprecedented in my recollection. So, D. Wood, where does it go from here? If you're advising Lamar Jackson, would you say, yeah, go ahead and play this season on the final year of your rookie deal without a long-term contract extension in Baltimore? How would you advise him?
Greeny, I've said it many times this offseason. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm not stepping on a blade of grass at the Baltimore facility, at the Ravens facility until I get a new deal done. And that's just, his style of play. I'm not risking anything at this juncture, at this point in my career. Everyone knows Lamar Jackson is great. He's former league MVP. The whole thing is built around Lamar Jackson. And at this point in time, I just wouldn't be willing to risk it. So if I was talking to Lamar Jackson, I'm like, look, man, if you go to that facility, do not step on the grass unless you got a contract signed, sealed, and delivered.
What do you think of all this, Ninko?
No, I agree. I agree with Woody. And look, we've seen it in the past. It can go away in a blink in football. It only takes one hit. It only takes one time. And with Lamar's style of play, he's going to have contact. He's going to be hit. He's basically a running back that can throw the football down the field. He's super dynamic, but the amount of the hits that he takes and the amount of money that's at stake here, he's got to be smart. He's got to make sure that he understands, I'm in a position right now where he has the leverage. What are the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar? They are built to run an offense based on his skill set, just his skill set. So with that, he's got to get paid. He's got to be paid accordingly to where the market is. And he's kind of just been waiting on the side, been patient. The market has just continued to climb up and up and up. And you see what these quarterbacks are making now. And to me, he deserves every penny of it because the Ravens would not be in the position that they're in without Lamar. So I really think that a deal needs to get done because for him, he's got to take care of, number one, himself and his family because we've seen it. It can change like that, an ACL, anything. And I don't want to put that out there, but
no, I get
we've
it.
seen it in the past, and it's unfortunate, but these guys and these players have to take care of themselves.
That is conventional NFL thinking, and I don't disagree with a word of it. That said, Jeff, the point has been raised here that from the time Kirk Cousins played on the franchise tag, he has made more money than any other player in the NFL. And then Dak Prescott played on the franchise tag, suffered a devastating injury, and still got the biggest contract to that point of any NFL player. So maybe that paradigm, particularly for quarterbacks, is shifting, Jeff.
Well, it's all risk and reward, but one thing I want to clarify here is that I don't want to put the onus too much on the Ravens to where it's like they're not willing to pay Lamar. They are. It's about also Lamar coming to the table and saying, I'm ready to be paid. So if he's willing to take the risk of going out on the field, to your point, and potentially risking injury because he wants to get to the end of this year and maybe earn more money, that is absolutely his prerogative. And that is, if that's a risk he's willing to take, so be it. But the Ravens are willing to come up to the table and say, we're going to pay you like the quarterback that you are and the franchise player that we believe you to be.
Okay. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.